As a Presbyterian, I always try to see the positive side of things. When I saw the recent article in the New York Times about the Orthodox Church, I just assumed it was going to be a hit piece. Ruth Graham's article said the pews are overflowing and the Orthodox Church is wildly popular among young men. And that was before they even got to the part about it being rather conservative. Last Saturday here in Chicago, it was Breakfast with Santa at the Union League Club and East Bank Club. Santa, he's wildly popular with the kids. Benefiting men and kids naturally disparages someone else. Maybe we should have breakfast with Satan instead. Good people bless for a blessing, and the elect bless because they're saved. Advent is the season of waiting, waiting to become who we already are. Welcome. Welcome to this special edition, Breakfast with Satan. I'm Stanley Smith. At Coffee Hour, we pretty much talk about everything and nothing. Recently, we talked about the difference between caring and curing, how words often define us, being kind even when we get screwed over, and how, if you're going to be negative, you can be really good at it. The readings at Washington National Cathedral this Sunday were from Isaiah. Our delight is in the fear of the Lord. And from Romans, the leader of the Gentiles gives us hope. The gospel reading was from Matthew. The world is a viper's den, but why would we want to live anywhere else? The sermon at Washington National Cathedral was by Patrick Kaiser. Patrick preached about St. John and Advent. It's the season of waiting. He said the church gives us an expectation and prescribes what we should be thinking and feeling. But what if we're not feeling it? It's okay. Whatever we're feeling or experiencing, that's what we're waiting for. That's our experience. We don't need to get there. We're already here. We take time during Advent each year to see just that, to notice the waiting of being here. We don't need to get over it, move on, or fix it. We just need to move through it. The miracle is that we're always doing just that. We're moving through it, and we're moving through it right now. Feeling overwhelmed and taken advantage of, don't get over it, deny it, or try to fix it. Move through it. God's not going to fix it. Christ has come to share our life, granting victory even in our strife. At St. James Cathedral here in Chicago, the sermon was by Stephen Balke. Stephen preached about the kingdom of God is near. It's not far away. We are. Stephen said the character of St. John the Baptist is right out of a Shakespeare play, Hamlet. We're suffering from angry young man syndrome. It's getting late in the day for some of us. Constant complaining, dissatisfaction, seeing a conspiracy in everything. By 30, most of us have moved on. Drama about Hamlet and other characters at the margins of arrested development makes for good theater. Living a life, we need to reassess our character. What do we expect from ourselves and from someone who is 18 or someone who is 30? The journey between 18 and 30 is often about enacting our own conscience. Uncompromising truth telling might be appealing to a young person, but an older adult is more cautious and careful about the consequences. Few characters intersect the two. St. John and Hamlet are in their 30s, their 30th year, actually. And Christ was in his 30th year when he began his ministry. Hamlet, the Prince of Denmark, and Christ, the Prince of Peace. One makes for good theater, and one is life itself. What moments in our life have we enacted at personal expense? It's hard to justify a just action within an unjust world. Accommodations to the world as we find it are within the context of the renewal of baptism. All troubles might be discounted or accommodated to be or not to be. We have the option of hearing the voice in the wilderness. It's more important that we care than what we know. We can be kind anyway. I'm not an avid reader of the New York Times or any publication, but it comes to me out of the cyber reality of our time. It sometimes has a sneering tone. It lifts up everything that seems fringe and sneers at anything that seems family oriented or traditional. It's easy to be negative. My rant recently is how no one is shoveling snow here in Chicago this winter. The streets are not clear, and many sidewalks are a struggle to traverse, especially in front of the vacant retail spaces. But somebody owns those buildings. And until about 5 minutes ago, the idea of not shoveling was unthinkable. Perhaps people are waiting here in Chicago for President Trump to call in the National Guard to shovel the snow for them. In other news, the grand jury material from the Ghislaine Maxwell case will soon be released. Reading about Miss Maxwell, we learn that she was an international socialite who accidentally became a sex trafficker. If the New York Times ran the world, Ghislaine Maxwell would replace the Virgin Mary as the innocent victim of our time. I'm not even altogether uncool with just that. Recently, I was asked by the Roman Catholic Church to help with the Christmas decorations. They were horrified when I proceeded to rip off all the tacky red bows and balls from the wreaths and garlands, and I put them into the trash. The nuns had to do a nosedive to retrieve them. When the star arrived from Amazon, the priest was disappointed that it was rather small and flimsy. He looked at me and said, "Everything looks better and bigger on Amazon." I told him I was just going to wire the crap out of the star to the wreath, and then he could call the engineer to hoist the thing over the head of the Virgin Mary statue. I had to put on my art history hat to relate to Mary in even the most cursory way. That's what you get when you ask a Protestant to help you with your Christmas decorations. We need to look for instruction, experience things with endurance, and be encouraged. We're probably not going to hear a voice in the wilderness or have a vision, but we can do it anyway. We trust, we love, we give. We're probably going to get screwed over in the process. It's okay. Blessed are those who do good things, and blessed are those who do good things and are cursed. They are the saved. If you would like to join us at coffee hour, I will include my email in the description of this video. Be happy to send you an invitation. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.